Hi guys, once again, welcome back to our FIFA World Cup daily show on Rep Sports. I'm Rahul alongside me Shomnath, and what a day, what a day. Neymar made his emotional return to Brazil national team. He played only, 14 to, around 20 minutes, towards the dying minute of the game. But still, that was a special comeback, not only for Neymar, but, Neymar, his fans across the whole world have been waiting for his comeback in this Brazil t-shirt. And apart from and also, Vinicius Junior Matheus Cunha scored goal as Brazil. They qualified into the knockout as the group winners. And in another game, Haiti almost, they shocked Morocco, but Morocco obviously, made a dramatic comeback to also secure their place in the knockout. And apart from that, there are multiple games to watch out for today as well. Germany will be facing Ecuador, already sealing their knockout place. But first, we'll discuss about the Brazil versus Scotland game. Shomnath, first of all, about those 15 minutes of Neymar. He came onto the pitch after 76 minutes, and we know how emotional it was. The reception he got, from the fans in the stadium was special. But those, how do you assess that 15 minutes of Neymar? Do you really see him contributing to Brazil at the later stages at this tournament?
Yes, it was a special moment. Obviously, fans going crazy for players like Messi and Ronaldo, obviously. But this is something special. I think we have not seen such reception or such craze for a player apart from Messi or Ronaldo. In the previous World Cup, obviously Neymar was an integral part of this Brazil squad. But if we go, just 3 to 4 months back, everybody thought that Neymar would miss this World Cup and Neymar will not be the part of this Brazil team. And obviously, many thought, and the reason were also, correct because of his injury. The ACL injury obviously has completely shattered his career, and the way Neymar recovered from that injury is itself a miracle. Obviously, just before the World Cup, he had another calf muscle injury, and everybody thought that again, yes, Neymar would miss the World Cup. But obviously, I think a career which is half of it, which is filled with injuries and all. I think this time Neymar deserves a credit for recovering in time, and it's not easy for a footballer to having so many injuries. I was seeing in the internet that how many injuries actually Neymar had in his career. Uh, the count goes to 13 to 14 major injuries in a footballer's life. Four knee injuries, two to three ankle injuries, two to three again muscle injuries, muscle tears actually these are, and the recovery of these injuries takes time. For a dangerous ACL injury, it's about year, 1.5 year. For a muscle tear, it's about 2 to 3 months. So Neymar's career is revolved around injuries, but the way he always bounces back from those setbacks is absolutely brilliant. And I think last night Miami went crazy when Neymar was brought in the pitch, and the only thing I would say that. Uh, it felt really good that the Brazilian players were also, was very, very supportive for Neymar, which we have seen in the case for Argentina as well. The way they support Messi, I think the Brazilian players were supporting Neymar. The moment they were, seeing a chance, Neymar was free, they all were passing the ball to him. So I think yes, it was a great moment, and Neymar getting the much deserved love and affection from the fans. Obviously, he deserved this in this fag end of the career, but finally, he's getting this kind of respect and love. It's absolutely thrilled to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, those 14 minutes were really special for Neymar because sometimes, comeback itself is a, major victory for a player like Neymar. Rohanda has also, joined us, and I will go straight to Rohanda. Only. Rohanda, we have, seen Lionel Messi's hat trick at this World Cup, then Cristiano Ronaldo's brace, obviously brace from Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. But how special was Neymar comeback today?
Well, of course, I'm really great to see Neymar coming back. Whatever minutes he played, it joys the everyone in the stands rejoiced, and not only in the stands, but not only Brazil fans. I have been seeing the social media and fans from every fraternity. are happy that Neymar stepped onto the pitch, because these are generational players, and we have all seen Neymar grow. But last few seasons, it has not been that good for Neymar with that ACL injury, and then making a comeback after so many months. So it's great to see. But the other thing that Vinicius again with a brace, and the World Cup is happening to be one of those for the superstars. In multiple editions, we have seen that superstars, perhaps who perform fantastically well in the club football, perhaps does not get that much success in the when it comes to World Cup. But when it comes to this World Cup, every superstar we have delivered. Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo in the last match, Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe. So we have seen the superstars actually maintaining that expectation that we have from them. So it's good to see all the big names shining. Lamine Yamal as well in that match, scoring that goal. Perhaps not fully fit now. We'll hope that Neymar, since Brazil have qualified for the next round, Neymar will have more time on the pitch going forward, and he will also shine up to the occasion.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really difficult, to bring Neymar, because if you see in 2014 when he was 22 or 23, playing in his, first World Cup, and in the knockout, got he was suffered a major injury against Colombia. Then he missed the game against Germany, and he saw, Brazil being thrashed by Germany 7-1 from the sideline. Then again, by before the 2018 World Cup, he suffered another career-threatening injury, but fortunately recovered in time. Then again, before the 2022 Qatar World Cup, also he had one injury. And I mean, I think the major, setback in his career was when he signed for PSG, from Barcelona, hoping that he will become a superstar there, with a big deal of around, I think, more than 200 million. And we all thought that uh, his career, he is going to really become a superstar there. But unfortunately, injury, has been a constant barrier for Neymar. So obviously, this comeback is obviously special for Neymar. I think he had one last wish, to again represent Brazil at the World Cup. And now those from 14 to 15 minutes, he also had a shot on the target, also created a one or two chances. So it shows that Neymar can really become a lethal weapon for Brazil in the later stages at this tournament. But Shomnath, what do you make of Brazil performance against Scotland? I mean, against Haiti also they won 3-0, but Scotland, who were 40 places superior to Haiti in the FIFA global ranking, do you really see this Brazil team, can go deep at this tournament? Obviously, in the knockout, they will either face Japan or Netherlands, because it will depend on tonight's game. How do you see Brazil performance actually?
I mean, day by day, this Brazil side is growing dangerous, and it's a good sign for them actually. The Brazil side we have seen versus Morocco, and if you compare that Brazil side who played against Scotland, I think these the two teams are completely different, played completely different football, and especially under Carlo Ancelotti, this was bound to happen. The attacking brand of football is back. Very unlike Brazilian football, but yes, it's effective football, and the way the players are gaining confidence on the ball despite of big names. They don't have big names. They have experienced player. They have aged players in the midfield, aged player in the side backs. It doesn't matter. But the way the Brazilian players are getting confidence with the ball, I think it's a very good sign for Brazil as well. If you see in the first half, and another good sign for Brazil is that we were discussing yesterday that Brazil in the previous two matches have scored in the first quarter, and any goal in the first quarter is very important in a match. And Brazil again did so against Scotland. Not one, it could have been two, but the second goal was ruled was disallowed by the VAR. Rather, Vinicius was caught doing a foul to one of the Scottish defenders. But again, controversial call. It could have been avoided. It could have been a goal, but still, uh, Brazil was absolutely brilliant. And you have to talk about Vinicius Junior. I mean, we have said it multiple times, but again, under Carlo Ancelotti, Vinicius Junior seems like one of the best players in the world. Obviously, the two goals, not his entire contribution, Obviously, in the for the first goal, his teammate Ryan won the ball from the defense. In the say for the second goal, I mean, it was a great ball from Bruno Guimaraes. But overall, the attacking threat finished generating, be it from the left flank, be it lurking around in the striker's position. Obviously, Vini deserves credit, and after Messi, he is now the top scorer of this World Cup. So, brilliant World Cup for Vinicius Junior. Apart from that, uh, the entire team. I mean, Ryan has been impressive. We were talking that a young winger, 19 years old, he could have an impact straight away. Ryan absolutely did that. Obviously, in the dying minutes, there were in the first half, there was a chance Ryan could have scored a spectacular goal, but he missed that chance obviously. But the entire team looks completely different obviously, and it would be a good match. Beat Netherlands, beat Japan in the round of 32. I think we are about to see a blockbuster of a match in the round of 32 obviously.
Absolutely, it will be a tight contest whether it's Japan or Netherlands against Brazil. But Rwanda, what's wrong with Scotland? I mean, they are one of the nation who played this game from the early playing this game from the earlier days. But now again qualifying for the World Cup after 27 years. Now they will have to play the waiting game. Now they have 3 points in their hand from 3 games, and they will be hoping that other matches result go in their favor so that they can qualify as the third place team out of those 8 teams that will go into the next round. But what do you think about Scotland actually? Are they lacking?
Well, Scotland, we did not really have much expectations from Scotland, to be very honest. They have played the World Cup on 9 occasions before this time, 8 occasions before this time. This was their ninth appearance, but in none of the eight appearances they made it to the next round. So Scotland have always been that side who gets qualification, cheers around, the drinks around, and celebrates, but do not really go into this next round. Uh, Scotland officially one of those sides with great history, perhaps, but when it comes to the bigger stages, they have not pushed above their weights often. They have produced some good players over the years, but better coaches over the years. We have seen a lot of coaches coming up in Scotland, but none of those coaches actually took charges of the Scottish national team quite often. They all so perhaps they lack that thing, and given the current situation, yes, they could have done, but unfortunately, against a team like Brazil, you can't really expect much. Uh, if this Scotland versus Brazil match was the first match of the tournament, perhaps Scotland could have gotten a point against them or something like that because we these teams need some time to get into the momentum, get into the shape, but once they are in that shape, it's really difficult to stop them. And Scotland, one of those sides, as I already mentioned, that you will see them come as a participant, but will not actually make something that will stay on with you forever. Of course, that's for Scotland, the fans, they enjoyed the moment throughout the competition. Whether they go to the next round or not, we have to see. But what's what's a bigger news than Scotland is South Africa pushing up their weights
Absolutely.
and making it to the next round. So we'll talk about that more as well, Rahul.
Absolutely, please go ahead, Ron. I mean, it's a historic qualification for them. I mean, they have failed to qualify into the knockout stage in their last 3 appearances, but this time they made it to Bafana, really special World Cup for them.
Absolutely, and that goal, I think it was in the 65th or something of that sort. And that goal against a team like Korea, it really takes a lot because the first match which South Africa played, we all said this is perhaps the most this is perhaps the weakest team when it comes to African nations. But we have seen Senegal fail, not doing good. But out of nowhere, South Africa came and win this match and booked their place for the next round. So it's great. It's a fantastic lesson for teams like India as well, right? Because we have seen a lot of times that these smaller nations, teams like Cape Verde, teams like South Africa, punching above their weights and making a mark. Uh, Even for teams like Scotland, also they can they will look into these things, right? Because
True.
lot of these underdogs have actually proven themselves on the biggest stage, and this will be a historic moment for South Africa. We have seen celebrations on the uh, social media. We'll see. I don't know who they will face in the next round, but whoever they face, they will go all guns blazing because they have nothing to lose and they have got more than what they expected when they came into the tournament.
Not at all. I mean, alongside Australia, another nation, who are also excelling in football alongside cricket. So obviously, that's a huge feat for South African nation. Another
Every
African team would have.
every Sena country is playing the football World Cup rather than and we are not.
True, actually, New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, absolutely brilliant from them.
Every Sena country
Another
is
African
playing the
nation.
World Cup. Yes.
Another African nation would have scripted, history by qualifying into the knockout, for the, obviously in their debut World Cup, that is Haiti. But Haiti showed that they belongs to this World Cup, with their fight against Morocco. Shomnath, your thoughts on that Haiti versus Morocco game? Obviously, Morocco also showed, that that the last edition World Cup, that was not just a fluke, making it to the semis, but this time again they have qualified into the knockout.
Obviously, during the Brazil game, I'm I was getting these notifications about the Morocco and Haiti game, and which was absolutely stunning. I mean, the first goal from Haiti could be an upset. Okay, Haiti has scored first, but Morocco is a team who can bounce back. Okay, then Morocco equalizes game. Then Haiti again takes the lead, and then again Morocco, equalizes. And in the first half, it was a blockbuster first half, and I was seeing the the Haiti and Morocco goals. I mean, the second goal from the Haitian team was absolutely brilliant. It was a banger straight away, and I think till now the best goal in the World Cup. So yes, Haiti showed that they got that potential to fight the big boys. Obviously, as Indian football fans, we know Haiti produce quality players. In the past, players like Sonny Lodi played here in India from Haiti. So obviously they have the quality in them, but again in the big stages for the first time, it's difficult. It has been a kind of exposure tournament for them, and in the I think next editions of the World Cup, they will definitely day by day they will get better. But obviously the Morocco game was a real test for them. Playing good for 60 minutes won't help to seal a game, and whereas Morocco once again they are showing that they are not some underdog team. They are one of the best teams in this World Cup, and they are showing this time to time. Winning tough matches, winning matches coming from behind. Obviously, Morocco, Brazil, they have the same points just because of one goal difference plus one goal difference. Brazil is Brazil are the table toppers. So Morocco gave the absolute fight to Brazil to be the table toppers, but once again I think they will face the best team from Group F, one of Netherlands and Japan. I think it will be Netherlands versus Morocco and Brazil versus Japan. Let's see what happens. But obviously, these two round of 32 games will be an absolute blockbuster.
Oh, mute.
My bad. A few more interesting games tonight. First of all, it's between Ecuador and Germany. Germany have already secured their place in the knockout, but I think they are going to test themselves against a tough opponent. Before some challenging matches coming in the knockout. But eyes will be on Curacao versus Ivory Coast, because both the teams will be vying to make it to the next round. Another game, obviously, Tunisia versus Netherlands. Netherlands also almost they have secured their place in the knockout, and one between Japan and Sweden. So these two fixtures will define who will finish first or second in that group, whether it's Netherlands or Japan. And after that, it will be settled. Who will face Japan and who will face Morocco. But eyes will be on these two games on 27th June. One is between Norway and France. Another one is between Uruguay and Spain. I know France have already secured place in the knockout, but Rwanda, it's between Norway and France. I mean, the rivalry of this generation between Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. We have been witnessing Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi till so far, but now it's between Mbappe and Erling Haaland.
Well, of course, but before I come to that match, I just want to add something that teams like Qatar failing miserably, teams like Saudi not doing well, but teams like Cape Verde, teams like South Africa doing good proves that money is not everything. For Qatar, perhaps one player earns more than the entire Cape Verde national team. So, that proves that money is not the entire thing. You have to have a structure, you have to have that passion to prove it on the bigger stages. But coming to this match, Norway versus France, we are all looking forward to that clash. Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, both in their scoring books so far. Both the teams have played extremely well. But one funny thing which Haaland said after the press conference in the last match after he scored a brace that yes, next match is France, we know, but they are a stronger side and they will beat us and go on to win the tournament. So you you don't say if you're not a very jolly funny guy, you don't say such things in the press conference that yes, France are a better side and they will perhaps beat us and go on to win the World Cup. So that was quite and he did not say it in a diplomatic way, but he said it in a funny way that the guy that Haaland is, and even the reporter laughed on that. But it will be a classic encounter in this World Cup. Those the future generations, of course, Haaland, Mbappe, and but for France, it's not only about Mbappe. They have a lot many more good players. Mikel Olise and the others, Ousmane Dembele. They have all. Uh, shown their talent, their potential in these two matches, and for France, they will also not try to take this match lightly because they will have bigger opponents when they go to the next round. So they will not take this lightly since they have already booked their place for the round of 32. But for Norway, it's something that they would want to prove. They have already played the mind game, saying that France are the better side and we are the underdogs. This is a classic Jose Mourinho style mind game that he used to play on multiple occasions. We have seen that Jose Mourinho declaring himself as the underdog and going on to win the match. So that will be an interesting thing to see whether Norway can get that uh, thing against France. But we are really looking forward to this classic battle between Mbappe and Haaland.
Calling Haaland.
But one thing that in the generation of Mbappe's and Haaland's, we are still talking about Messi and Ronaldo, and that shows that
Messi is still leading the Golden Boot race.
yes, yes. So that shows that how much big legends they are, and these players, the youngsters, they will have to, they can get lot many goals, but they will have to prove that longevity to be considered in that level. Whether they will continue till 40 and 41 at this level, we have to see.
Absolutely. Dhanush is talking about US team. Can they make semis? As it seems there is a favorable path. Absolutely, there is a favorable path because they will face most likely Bosnia in the round of 32, and then if they qualify for the round of 16, there they will face anyone between. I think it's Egypt and I think it's Japan. I think it's South Korea. Anyone between Japan or anything anyone between Egypt and South Korea. So obviously it's a favorable path for them, and after that in the semis they will face someone between either Portugal or Spain. So obviously they have a favorable path, and to be honest, this time they have really punched above their weight, because in the group stage also they put on some impressive displays in the last two games, and of course credit goes to Pochettino, the way he has coached this side, prepared this side for this World Cup, and two head coaches at this World Cup. One is Pochettino and another is Carlo Ancelotti, who first time shouldering the responsibility of our nation at the World Cup. So far, they have excelled at the club level, but now they have taken up a different challenge, and so far they have been really doing a brilliant job. US, I really see them, qualifying for the semis because obviously they got the backing of their home crowd. And Shomnath, another game to watch out for on 27. That is Uruguay versus Spain. Spain really got their mojo back in the last game. Do you really see Uruguay or any team now stopping Spain at this stage?
Obviously, for the match of Spain and Uruguay, I am more interested in Cape Verde, obviously, because if Uruguay somehow loses this match against Spain, then Cape Verde will Argentina in the round of 32, and that would be again, a great story for this World Cup. But obviously,
Hope that happens.
Uruguay were are not. Yes, yes,
Hope that
obviously. But
happens.
if if you talk about Uruguay, they are not in the best shape currently because in the last two matches we have seen them struggling, coming from the back, getting themselves saved from a defeat. Obviously, these are good stats, but it will take much more, beat a side like Spain. So obviously Spain are again back in their rhythm. Lamine Yamal is playing brilliantly. If we talk about the midfield, they are connecting very well, or coordinating very well. And obviously this Uruguayan side is it seems like kind of rusty. Obviously they have some quality in them. If you talk about Valverde, if you talk about the new striker sensation Luis Suarez, uh, obviously these are good players, but obviously Maximiliano Araujo, many says that he's the most decorated OCI player of India. He has a link. His grandfather was actually from Goa. Uh, Obviously, it's a OCI. It can be categorized as an OCI player, but still, uh, Uruguay will take much more than just a good performance. Spain is a big challenge for them, and for a team like Uruguay, the four-time world champions, two-time Olympic champions, two-time World Cup winners, we haven't seen Uruguay this weak in a World Cup stage since last few seasons. So obviously, it will be an uphill task for them. But again, everything depends on that match. We have seen upsets in this World Cup. Hopefully, we will see a good game again, good game among these two teams, Spain and Uruguay. And obviously, I will watch Cape Verde. All hopes will be for Cape Verde if they manages to qualify for the next round.
Absolutely, it would be another superb underdog story if Cape Verde qualifies for the knockout. But what about South Korea, Rohan? I mean, we have seen them making it to the knockout in the last World Cup as well. I mean, their coach he benched Son and utilized him in the second half. He thought that Son will make the most of the tired legs of their opponent, but ultimately it backfired. I mean, now they are third in the standing of Group A. Mexico, South Africa, they made it to the next round, but South Africa will now have to wait for the other opponent. I mean, this is a bit shocking. South Korea, they are behind South Africa in the group.
Well, perhaps one case of complacency. South Africa did not play well in the first two games, especially in the first game. They played okay in the second one, but beating the nobody expected them beating South Korea and sealing the spot for the next round ahead of them. So I think South Korea did not also expect that. That came out, and these are one of matches. You play five matches, five more matches. South Korea will perhaps win with convincing level South Africa. Not taking South Africa very lightly, but yes, South Korea are a better team than South Africa. But these are one of matches, and underdogs perhaps get the better of the big boys on such occasions because they don't have anything to lose, might be. So they go all guns blazing, and even South Korea had the chance to equalize. The goal came on the 65th minutes, and they had
Hmm.
more than 30 minutes to equalize. And kudos to South Africa, they managed to defend that and get that win. So these are matches that stay on with these smaller teams for long, and they will always that happened when South Korea defeated Germany as well, right? For them it was such a match that they will remember that goal. Son scored in the dying minutes. Manuel
Yeah.
Neuer was right in the halfway line, and Son went and scored that goal. And that's an iconic moment. We'll forever remember that moment. And for South Africa, this was one such moment that they defeated a team like South Korea, who are the regular participants of the World Cup, and we defeated them and went on to seal the next round, but for the very first time. So these are such moments. These moments make the World Cup the special tournament that it is. But unfortunate for South Korea.
Absolutely, and also a forgettable, moment for Heung-min Son as well. He didn't score a single goal at this
Yeah.
World Cup. He already, left Europe, and he moved to the MLS. And mostly, this one is also his last World Cup, because next World Cup he will turn 37. Remains to be seen whether he will represent South Korea or not. But obviously, he wouldn't have wanted to sign off in this manner. So that's it for now. Thanks to all of our viewers. Thanks to our panelists Somnath and Rohanda for joining us, and also let us know your prediction for tonight game in the comment section below. And just few more days, and then we will move into the knockouts. Again, another. I mean, there will be a bunch of dramatic games in the knockout for sure. But you guys need to stay tuned to Rep Sports for more such content, more such stories from the North America during this FIFA World Cup. Again, thanks for watching. See you in our next show.